What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about what's in my bag. Let's get right into it and start with the putters. I carry KC Pro AVRs and JK Pro AVRs. The only difference between these two is the KC is a little bit stiffer, so when it gets up to 100 degrees here, this won't like just melt like this does. This is when it's like right now when it's like 50 degrees and under. I'll putt with these because they're just a little bit gummier, but not floppy. But these are really stiff when it gets cold. Moving on to throwing putters. I have 3 of them right now, all different molds. I have a XT Colt. This is very understable. I could throw it on a lot of hyzer and get it to flip up and over, or just throw it really soft and get it to slowly turn over. So I really like this disc. Next is my Castaplast Rico. This is one of my favorite discs that I bag. I can throw it hard and flat and just get a super slow turnover, and I can throw it on a little bit of hyzer and get it to flip up and just fly dead straight for 300 feet, or I can crank on it with a little bit more hyzer and get it to fly over 350 feet dead straight. This is such a cool disc because it's very torque resistant and still goes very straight at high and low power. Last is my Champion Rhino. This is a brick disc. This does not glide at all. It's very overstable. I like to throw it probably mostly under 250 feet. It's very predictable and easy to use because it doesn't have very much glide. And so I can pretty much just give it the power that it needs to get there, and I can be assured that it's gonna drop right where it needs to be. So that's my putters. Let's move on to my mid-ranges. I have 6 of them in the bag right now. Let's start with the most understable. These are the exact same. They are Glow C-Line MD3s from Discmania, and they are pretty understable now. I got them 3 years ago and have been beating them up since then. I can throw them on a lot of hyzer, get them to flip up and ride flat, or I can throw them just on a little bit less hyzer, get them to flip up and slowly ride to the right. These, I can work a lot of wooded lines with these. Next up is a Star Rock 3, 170 grams. All of these are max weight, except for a couple that I'll get to. And this is for straight shots that finish left. And this is a great mid-range for touch shots. I thought I was gonna be getting this more for like power hyzers and stuff, but I really like it for throwing like 250 to 300 foot touch shots. But you can give it a little more torque and get it out to 350 pretty straight with a good fade at the end. And after that is a Champion Rock X3. This is max weight, and basically it does everything that does, but I can throw this into a headwind and it won't turn over. I can throw it a little bit harder and it won't turn over, because if I throw that Rock 3 hard enough, it's gonna like start flying over to the right. But I can pump this as hard as I want and it'll fly straight and finish left pretty early, but not as early as these. These are my Metal Flake. I don't know what they're called in dynamic discs, but basically Metal Flake, Lucid, Justices. And these are my forehand approach discs. This one is 167. This is the first one I ever got, and it flies awesome for my forehand. I can throw it flat, it'll hold it, and then finish right. Because it's slightly lighter weight and it's been beat in a lot. This one is very new, and I can barely get this thing over 200 feet on a forehand, just because of how heavy and how overstable it is. This is max weight. This is probably my favorite disc. Well, this is my favorite disc, but this is probably my favorite mold that I've ever tried. I don't know, it's just awesome. Now let's move on to my fairway drivers. I have 6 of them in the bag ranging from very overstable to very, very understable. Let's start with this one. This is a Opto Diamond. It's super understable. It's puddle top. I've beaten it up a lot, and I can throw this on a spike hyzer, almost upside down hyzer, like this, and it will flip up and into a roller or past a roller. I can throw, like, you know, skamahawks with it. It can do some crazy stuff. It's more of a get out of jail disc than anything. Next is a Lucid Escape. This is my roller disc, and I will also use this for like long panning anhyzers. It's super understable, but not as understable as that. I can throw it on a lot of hyzer and get it to flip up and over. Next is my most understable T-Bird 3. This one is for hyzer flips, so just give it about this much hyzer, get it to flip to flat, go straight, finish left. Pretty easy to throw disc. I would recommend getting a T-Bird 3. Next is another T-Bird 3, but this one is newer, a bit domier, and more overstable. I can throw this one on hyzer, and it will just hold the hyzer line the whole time. This one is like a shot shaping, because I can throw it flat, it'll go straight. I can throw it on anhyzer, it'll hold the turnover, and I can throw it on hyzer, and it will slowly hyzer the whole time. This is an awesome disc. Next, I have a Star Firebird. This one is domey and not super overstable. I can throw this flat and pretty hard. It'll hold straight for a very long time and then finish left. I think I've thrown a couple Thunderbirds, and this is very comparable to one of those. And then my Champion Firebird. This is super overstable, no glide. I can throw this as hard as I want on hyzer, and it just has a long sloping hyzer. This is really good for super windy situations, which happen a lot here. And that's my fairway drivers. Now let's get on to my distance drivers. I carry 6 of them in the bag right now, from understable to overstable. Let's start with the most understable, is my Color Glow Shrike. This one is 167. I wanted a lighter one, and this one is for tailwinds and pure distance only. So there's a few holes on my course that pretty consistently have a tailwind and are very long. So I use this one on those holes. I throw it on some hyzer, flips up and over, holds the turn for an insanely long time, and then finally comes back left. This is the longest flying disc in my bag. I think I can throw this over 500 feet consistently. Next, I have a Star Destroyer. This is the Raptor Destroyer. It's very flat, and it kind of has the same stability as that one, so like, you know, hyzer flip and into turnover, but much more controllable for me, but probably I never try to throw this over 450 feet. It's a really good disc for like control and power, especially in the woods. Next, I have a Champion Destroyer. It's just a tick more stable than that one. I can throw it on some hyzer. It'll flip to flat and hold that before finishing out left. Then I have a Big Z Discrafted Nuke, and this one is just one tick more overstable than that one. I can throw it flat and it'll get up to, well, I can throw it hyzer and it'll kind of get up to flat, or I can throw it flat and it'll just turn over a tiny bit. This is really good in headwinds, not very strong headwinds, but it can hold up to a little bit. Next, I have a, this is another Star Destroyer. This is a Paul Macbeth 4-time destroyer that I Sharpied some dragon from How to Train Your Dragon. My sister wanted me to do it, and so I did it. This one, I can throw as hard as I want flat. It'll turn over just a tiny bit and then come back. And if I throw it just on a bit of hyzer, it'll go straight, finish left, or I can just throw a big swooping hyzer with it. Last but not least, for sure, is my Halo Destroyer. I just put this in the bag a little bit ago. This is the most overstable destroyer I have ever thrown. Super pop top, super overstable. I throw this one flat and it pretty much just immediately wants to go left. This will normally be the most overstable disc in my bag unless I'm playing a tournament in like 30-mile-an-hour winds or something and I want to have my stiletto, which I don't have with me right now, but I put that in the bag occasionally. And this, I don't forehand drivers a lot, but when I do, I just forehand this Orc. It goes super straight and finishes to the right, maybe a little bit over 300, maybe 350 if I really get onto it, but not much further than that. I'm working on it some more. I also throw this Wraith and this Destroyer on forehands as well now and then. Those normally aren't up there. I forgot those were up there, but it's okay. But Star Orc is a really good forehand disc. And that is all that's in my bag, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please check out sixsideddisc.com to get some awesome mystery boxes. They have all kinds of mystery boxes for big arms to beginners and everything in between. And they even have some glow boxes with stuff with only glow discs in them. And super cool site, and definitely check them out. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, and comment below what your favorite disc is. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.